What's up, y'all? It's Empress Dannie back with another episode of the Daily Grind. You already know how I do. Pouring you up hot Joe for days, right? Getting your day off to a bright and beautiful start. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you, guys. I hear Tamala Man, change me, oh God, make me more like you. I don't know. In some ways, this could be you singing that, but I kind of feel like this could definitely be someone else as it pertains to you. I feel a heavy energy of like judgment. I judged you, or I got you all wrong, or I misperceived the circumstance or situation. There's something of that nature, okay? And there's just this energy that's like, I have to change. I can't keep, looking at people or things in this way. I see a few cards that I feel are behind this energy and are really causing it to be more pronounced in some way today. It could be a day where there is heavy communication at play. So some of you be mindful, but I don't know, something about the communication feels very heart centric. That definitely means, people with, if your heart is not good, then when you speak today, it's almost like they can't hold back that ego-based heart, and out comes out all the garbage with which their heart has been filled. There's also like, I can't hold back how I truly feel, and being in a position that's like I have to express. This could be like what's on my mind, or um, it feels like an act of self love that has to do with someone expressing. It definitely feels like saying something. Um, so let's jump into message. Yeah, this is someone who has no fear, and it feels like because at the heart of something, I have to. I hear J Moss. If I were a writer, I would use my pen. This is someone, which means they may not be speaking, but in whatever their modality is that they use. To express, they're using that, which I hear now. Come and rescue me. That's why I American Express my love for you. So hey, that expression can come in a number of different ways, but I will say something about this feels somewhat otherworldly. Okay, where it's not normal. So whatever means of expression or modality of expression someone is using, it feels is uncustomary. And this could be you, right? Maybe I don't normally I don't do this, right? Maybe you don't normally talk like that. Maybe you're just different than others. So the way that you communicate your feelings could be differently than someone else may be used to. So it could be foreign or otherworldly in a sense that you are maybe communicating in a certain way with someone. Because I feel this energy that has to do with you blending in. So it's almost like you look normal, you look like everyone else, and this could be someone else opposite you. They may look like or fit the MO or fit the image of something else or someone else that you're used to, but something that is coming out, being communicated. Um, is maybe showing you something different, a different world, a different point of view or perspective. Um, there's a very strong energy of like poetry or poetic justice, poetic expression is what it feels. Um, this comes through like a lot of times, like when you're using your art, right? You should be using your words, right? Writing something. You think about when you sing, the inflections in everyone's voice is different when they sing, so it makes sense. That's where the energy is placed in, right? Maybe it's the volume, maybe it's the cadence, maybe it's the vibrato, things like that. I feel like there is a space almost between um, the heart and the voice. Okay, so throat chakra, heart chakra, that is connecting in some way. That's saying something that needs to be said. You are, or someone else is perhaps to you. This energy, when it's balanced, it is very free when it comes to this expression. When it's imbalanced, excuse me, y'all. Maybe she needs the Joe, right? She don't drink Joe though. When it's imbalanced, a lot of times I can be like shy, hesitant to speak. Um, that lump in the throat feeling, and what brings it into balance is music. So you may be inclined to listen to music, some of the songs, if you will, that you love today. If you're maybe kind of feeling a way that you're struggling to express, and then that could support that connection to Walla Walla Bing Bang, to be able to express there. I got it out right. It's just the words I was looking for. Let's continue, okay? Surrender is here with the self, okay? So you're allowing yourself something, okay? To do something, to accept something. Not accepting something, right? You're surrendering. I give up. I get a yielded energy, okay? Sometimes you're yielding to yourself, right? Where it's like, I'm giving pause to this to take what could be like some time for me, right? Flow is here, okay? You're gonna know what direction which the flow is going. I see plenty at the bottom of the deck. So I definitely feel like there's, whatever this is, I feel the energy of like a lot of signs that show you like there's, it's almost like that this is the direction that things are moving, okay? So it's almost like allow it to go this direction. This is in flow. There are plenty of what feels like indications, signs. This could also indicate that something that you've maybe needed taken care of in a certain direction, the flow is moving for you to what feels like be plenty taken care of is kind of what I get. This could be like to have whatever you need. I see open doors and wonderment. I realize the light is too bright for you guys to be able to see those. So there could certainly be like an unexpected opportunity that you're aligning with, okay? But I just heard you're going to have to allow it, okay? We can get one more card. Le Magnet. Falls, the wrapper could be significant. With the magnet, falls. Have you ever been to Lagos? Have you been with a guy from my city? This is a Nigerian rapper. The magnet. Flow. Obviously, the magnet has to do with a pull in a certain direction, being pulled or drawn in a certain direction. The compass is also at the bottom of the deck, so it just affirms some significance around direction, okay? The compass confirms something around direction. And there's flow with the fish card. continuing on, it feels as though you're allowing something. This is kind of like, I have to do this for me, I have to do this for myself, or it could be like by myself, right? Um, and I don't know why I kind of feel like you could be your heart could be leading you to go this direction, right? Even if, again, conversation express, right? Like I feel led to say this, okay? Um, I need to express whatever this is. The magnet, I feel, you think about a magnet, right? Two sides, right? Repel, push away. Or, yeah, here, draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord. Okay? Okay? To the cross where thou hast died. Draw me nearer, nearer, blessed Lord, to thy precious bleeding side. I see octopus where I stop. You already know the octopus card. It's a very busy energy, right? But it's kind of giving like, what are you busy doing, right? Are you busy handling business, or are you busy, maybe it's like being in others' business, right? Having your hand in, it's like you kind of like you doing too much. Something feels like there's an element to the day that is either identifying or that being behind what's taking place, okay? Whether or not there's a repellent, a pushing away, or whether or not there's an attraction, a drawing towards, okay? Sometimes this can be like, I have a lot on my plate, I'm involved in a lot, I have a lot going on, I'm drawn towards, or the flow, I need to give some of this up and it's leading me your way, right? Sometimes this can be, again, if it's like somebody busy in everybody else's business, I can't deal with you because you be in too many people's business. I'm going this way instead, right? Um, I don't want to go that way. Yeah, Sea Serpent is the first card out. I want to say this card was for Capricorn in the Oracle messages. So some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or some of the energy of that reading could be significant today. For Miss Princess, I think she requested an extended on Leo. Now that I'm done with the general signs, Leo will have the extended message. Ether energy with the Sea Serpent, though. I like this because I feel we talked about Sea Serpent having to do with healing the mother wounds, those what feel like maternal wounds. Also having to do with the things that I hear Martha Music, come and lay down the burdens you have carried. So this could certainly be surrendering. I can't carry this anymore. And with sometimes what I find with the mother wound, right? Because the mother is accustomed to labor. Mm. And we know that labor is a curse, right? Because the feminine is inclined to labor, right? And that can be like to, put in all this extra work or effort, right? To try more, right? And you think about a magnet, right? When it comes to the way in which attraction works, if you laboring, well, it's almost like you working against the point of attraction. So I feel like somebody's in a position where, like I talked about the mother laboring, if they are healing that wound, they could have, you might have a mother wound in a certain area, runs in your maternal line, or just some aspect of your divine feminine that normally works really hard, right? That can be in a job. That can also be in your relationships. You try really hard, but something about this is like with the lion here, this is recognizing rulership, because it kind of gives like The lion obviously is the king of the jungle. If you think about the king in a business or the leader of an organization, and you talk about a mother wound of laboring, it's almost like the boss who is caught up in doing all these different tasks, so they're not actually managing. They're not actually being the boss, but being in a position where if I'm going to step into my authority, I have to let this go because I can't be the boss and be the worker. So something feels like that, where at the very top of the day, you, others, we're all looking at perhaps some things that we need to surrender. Sometimes it's gonna be like, I need to take a day off, right? I work all the time. I need to rest from my labor, right? And that maternal that mother wound may be tempted to feel like, no, I have to keep going. I can't take a break. But this could certainly be where, no, you've ruled, right? And now you deserve to reign, okay? So some of you, I don't know, there could be something significant about that. When I said terrain, something could be significant about that, okay? Turtle, flow, okay? Hmm. Turtle, water energy. We're going from ether element where there's something that we're giving up to heal, okay? This is going to make it better if I let this go. Again, if I take a day off, I'll feel better. And then it puts us into flow with the turtle energy. So what feels like some sort of, it feels like a very, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of feel like midday could be a very slow conversation. It's almost like taking your time and talking through something, or someone could be what feels like opening up, beginning to express. I don't know why this feels almost like feeling one's way through a conversation, you or someone else, okay? Um, and with flow, it's going with the flow, just moving through it, feeling one's way through whatever this is, okay? So you could be feeling someone out, they could be feeling you out, right? Words, expressions, right? That feels like midday. Y'all, we're going to have to go to Patreon to get the full message. So I hope you guys will join us. The last card out is the black egg. Like, share, subscribe. Patreon is linked in the description. And we're going to jump into more tarot. We'll get a lot more detailed messages to figure out exactly what's going on. But in closing, this is clarifying the magnet. And you guys know this has a lot to do with the purest essence of one's inner voice, even when it differs from others or when it's unique, but realizing that it plays a role or a part. Interestingly, there's the fish at the bottom of the deck, and I'm not at all surprised. More water. I can't lie, today feels like, I don't know if it's sentimental, if it's emotional. It feels like people just kind of feeling like stepping out of the box in some way or another and feeling drawn in a certain direction. Again, away from, and this is kind of like, I'm just different. I don't want that. I don't desire that, or I want this, right? I don't feel that way. There's something like that. And then what feels like, perhaps the other way around, I'm just different. This is what I want. That's what I'm drawn to. Um, that's what I feel like I want to do. There's something like that, okay? Prepare yourselves for change, right? Let's go.